Southwest pushback approved. Expect runway.
Check, check, one. Yeah, we should have audio.
Right.
Let's just confirm that real quick. Check our weight and balance as we do that. Passengers aboard. We can fit 89. We'll pack this baby out. 75 passengers. Fuel tanks. Light. Cargo. A bit heavier. And we'll do fuel tanks up there too. All right. We should be good now. Let's see. I have to do one thing. We'll do free play. We use American. No, we use generic with the safety recording and some boarding music. And we're connected already. Dope. Alright guys, welcome back. It's Blue Games and we're back here for another one. And yes, I have a new aircraft. Actually, I have a lot of new aircraft because I had to update my subscription. My live ended yesterday. And so yesterday I actually did a stream yesterday with a different new aircraft. So since my live ended, and I was like, well, I mean, I don't want to keep paying for 1 month, so I decided to go ahead and get the Live Plus, which is a whole year. Includes all the regions and all the aircraft, which is pretty dope. So now I'm not limited to only flying what I, decided to get separately. So now I'm able to fly a lot of stuff, different stuff. So right now, we'll be doing this flight. This will be my first. Actually, this is my first time ever spawning in this aircraft. So let's take a look outside. We are in the Bombardier Q400-8 for short. So yeah, so far it looks pretty cool. I've seen other people fly this in the skies around me before, but I've never flown one myself. I've actually never flown this plane in any game, not even an X-plane. So I like it. It looks really good. The modeling of it looks really good. Like, it looks very high quality. I like the lights. That's why I'm doing a sunrise takeoff, because one, it's morning. It's morning where I am. Actually, we're gonna take a real quick screenshot because I like that shot right there. It's morning where I am, so good morning. And two, I kind of want to see what the lighting looked like on the aircraft, if it had any interior lights, exterior lights. So as we can see, we have the lights kind of going through the windows of the fuselage right there. And then when we jump in the cockpit, we see that it actually does have a lit cockpit, which is really cool. It's actually almost not fully 3D, but it's mostly a 3D cockpit. Yesterday I was flying in the 777. If you missed that stream, you should go back and watch that. It should be already up. But that one, the plane looks really good from the outside, but in the cockpit it looks pretty good in the daytime, but at night there's no lighting or anything. So people always ask me, how do you get the lights on in the aircraft? Well, now that I have all the airplanes, I can actually go through and find out which aircraft have interior lighting in the cockpit and which ones don't. So far, the 787 has interior lighting, the A321 has it, and the -8 has it. And I mean, this cockpit looks really good to me. I really like how it looks. It looks just like it does in real life, pretty close, probably to this model. But as you can see, we have a working flaps, so the flap switch goes down, the spoilers go down. And yeah, so it's pretty cool. Anyway, so let's see who we got in here. What's going on, GL? What's going on, Muhammad? Welcome back. LeBrat's Files, welcome back, bro. Yes, I did get Live Plus. Who else we got? Yeah, that's all we got in here for so far. Flying at night does not increase XP. That would be cool though, if flying at night increased XP. Last night I did a flight I don't think I streamed it, but last night I did a flight, flying at night. I had a lot of fun. It looked really good. It was like a real short flight from San Diego to where was it? To LAX. But today, we were going to be flying from Orange County, California. That's Kilo Sierra November Alpha, and we'll be flying down south to San Diego. Pretty short flight, but the Q400 is a is a regional jet, a regional propeller jet. So we're going to be just test flying this out, see how this plane handles, see how it feels. So let's go ahead and get everything set up, and we can talk some more once we get in the air. Got the no smoking sign, seatbelts on, so now we are boarding. Gonna go ahead and contact ground, and then go and make our flight plan. So it looks like, let's see what the weather looks like in Orange County this morning. 56 feet at John Wayne for elevation. Weather is auto, okay. Oh, that's not. Weather's at 120 at 5 knots, 10 statute miles, scatter at 2600, broken at 3300, overcast at 4300, and altimeter is 2980. So we're looking pretty good. We can look out the window and see that visibility is pretty darn good up here too. So once we get up to about 2,000 or so, we'll see a few scattered clouds. Other than that, we won't be seeing much. Let's go ahead and create our flight plan. We'll be taking off probably at runway 20 right, unless they give us 20 left. And we'll just fly straight out here to the ocean, and then we'll make a left turn and probably connect at this ocean side VOR, and then to the next VOR, which is going to be MZB, I think. Yep, mission. And then we'll make our right down. Oh, actually, looks like they're landing runway 09er. No, okay, they're still landing on runway 27. So we're gonna plan for runway 27, and kind of create ourselves like a little pattern in there. So I'll go all the way out here, and then I'll come back here, and then we'll just do like that. So hopefully this aircraft is not too hard to land. I've never landed it. Like I said, you're about to watch it right now live. This is my first time ever flying this aircraft, so I don't know any of the speeds. I may Google some of that stuff on the way there and find out what the landing speed is and stuff. Find out what the POH is. So, all right, we're all set. Let's go ahead and contact and request a pushback. It's all good, Mohammed. Looks like we have some ATC right now. We are on the expert server too, guys. I didn't mention that. We're at Orange County on the expert server. All right, expect 20 right. Pushback approved. Sounds good. All right, so let's go ahead and get started.
Flight attendants, arm doors for departure.
Labrat's file says he recommends 110 knots
Ladies and gentlemen,
at 25
on
flaps.
behalf of the captain and crew, welcome aboard this flight.
Is that max?
We hope you enjoyed flying with
35
us.
flaps.
Before takeoff, we would like to encourage all passengers to watch our cabin crew display the safety features of the aircraft.
Welcome aboard, and thanks for flying with us.
Just
We're
looks so
committed to
dope
making
right
your
there.
flight safe and comfortable. So before we depart, we'll be showing a brief safety presentation. This information can help you if there's an emergency, so it's important to pay close attention, even if you are a frequent flyer.
All carry-on items should now be stored securely, either in an overhead bin or under the seat.
Wait, which way is... I don't even know which way...
Exits and bulkhead
Okay, we're
areas
good.
should
We're
be
pushing
clear.
back in the right direction.
Your mobile phones and other electronic devices should be turned off. Once airborne, we'll let you know when you can use approved electronic devices. But note that some items, such as phones, may not be used in flight at any time.
Man, that looks so
You'll
good.
find a list of
Alright, we're starting
approved
to push back.
electronic devices in the in-flight
Let's go ahead
information
and test out
section
some of
of
these
Sky
flaps
Magazine.
and things.
If you're seated at
We need
an
to go through the
emergency
views
exit,
too, since we're
please
doing
review the
that.
responsibility
Normal.
for emergency exit
Okay.
seating on the back of
we're
the
already
safety
using.
information card, which is in your seat pocket. Are you
okay sitting by the
emergency exit?
Oh yeah,
If
our
you're
lock
unable
view is
or
gonna be
prefer
right there.
not
I'm
to
gonna set
perform
that
these functions,
to be right behind.
just let us know, and we'd be
Plane.
happy to find you another seat.
And then see our tail
As we
cam.
leave the gate, make
We
sure your
have our
seatbelt is
belly
fastened.
cam.
To fasten,
I have
insert the
our
metal
set the
tip
left
into
gear,
the buckle and
left
adjust the
gear,
strap so
left
it's low
wing
and tight
view, which
across
is
your
pretty
lap.
cool. That'd be really cool to watch when
To
landing.
release the belt,
And
just
then we have our
lift the
right
top of the
engine,
buckle or press the latch
rear
to
and wing
release.
view.
Please remain seated
And
with
then
your
we
seatbelt
have,
securely
that's a really
fastened
cool view right there.
anytime the seatbelt
That's
sign
such a
is
cool
on.
view.
And even if the sign
And
is
then the
off,
nose
you should keep your
wheel.
seatbelt
So
fastened.
pretty cool.
in
I like
case
the
we
views so
experience
far.
Unexpected rough air.
But actually, let's
For
step
everyone's
outside.
safety, federal regulations
quickly
require all passengers to
before we get
comply
anybody's
with the
way.
posted placards
We'll go to
and
the
lighted
left,
signs located
and we'll watch
throughout
the
the
flaps
cabin,
come down
as
full
well as any crew member
as we test the
instructions.
flaps.
You cannot smoke. I'm so sorry. Smoking is not allowed on any flight, and federal law
spoilers.
prohibits tampering with, disabling, or destroying a
Go
restroom
outside,
smoke
take a look, another
detector.
look at that.
There are 6 exits on this plane.
Alright, nobody's
4
behind
doors,
us, so
2
we're
on
okay.
each side, and 2 window exits
Spoilers are
over
good.
the wings.
Flaps are
Each
good.
door
We'll set the
has an
spoilers
attachable slide that can be used for flotation.
I'm wondering,
Life
I guess
rafts are
5
located in ceiling
should be good for
compartments at the
takeoff.
front
Oh,
and
nice. We
center
have
of the
another
plane.
Airberlin over there. I'm not
All
sure who
exits
that
are
is.
clearly marked with an exit sign. However, if there is a loss of power
Yeah, Gio, I got
and
you.
cabin
Hold on.
visibility is reduced, white emergency lights near the floor will lead
Can you
you to
set
red
your
lights, which
phone
indicate
through
an
airplane
exit.
mode? Yes, please.
Please take a moment to find the exits closest
Alright, we're gonna go
you.
to
And remember,
probably
they might be behind you.
10,000.
It's unlikely
Not sure
that if
what
cabin
this thing
pressure
can, how
changes,
fast
the
this thing
panels
can
above your
climb or
seat will
anything,
open,
so
revealing
we'll just do
oxygen mask.
10,000.
If this happens,
Alright, I
reach
can
up
turn my
and pull a mask toward you until
name
the
back
tube
on
is
so I
fully
can see who we're flying
extended.
around.
Place the mask over your nose and mouth.
I'm
Flip
gonna
the
go ahead
elastic
and,
strap over your
I
head
guess
and adjust the
request
mask if
taxi.
necessary.
It's the active.
Breathe normally and note that oxygen is flowing, so don't worry if the bag doesn't inflate. Be sure to adjust your own mask before helping others. A water evacuation is also unlikely, but just in case, life vests are located under your seat in the economy
And you were
cabin.
asking, what is a
If you're
POH?
seated in
It's
the
a
first or
pilot's
business class cabin,
operating
the life
handbook.
vests are either between
So
your
basically,
seats,
it just
under
tells
your seat,
the
or in
pilot
a
how
compartment
to
under your
operate
armrest.
that specific
To
aircraft.
use, pull the
Alright,
tab
right now
to
it's
remove the vest from its
220 right, so we
container,
just
and then
need
open the
to
pouch.
right there, literally. So we just got to cross runway
Flip
20
the vest
left, and
over
we'll
your
be
head.
there.
Fasten the
We got
tube
Airberlin
strap to the front of the
545.
vest, and then adjust
What a,
the straps loosely around your
coincidence.
waist.
We'll go ahead
If your
and
vest has only one
taxiing
strap,
forward.
wrap it around your waist and
We know
attach
exactly
it to
where
the
we're
buckle
going, so
in
we don't
front.
need the map.
As you leave
I
the
wanna
plane,
enjoy
inflate the vest by
this,
pulling down on the
and
red
this cockpit
tab
just looks so
at the
good.
bottom of the vest, or manually inflate it by blowing into the tubes at shoulder level. You can activate a light by pulling down on the tab in front.
Alright, he was
If your
supposed to
vest
make
doesn't
way
have
for
a tab,
Airberlin.
the light will activate
And
automatically
again,
in
I
the
say,
water.
I've been flying on the
If
training server
necessary, we'll
before,
distribute instant life vests or other
and like
flotation
you never really
devices
hear
for
them say
children who weigh
give way to
35
aircraft
pounds
ahead
or
because they're
less.
not paying attention
Also,
to
most seat cushions can be
the
used for
other
flotation.
ground traffic around you. They just,
Now,
they just kind of
before
are
we
more
take
focused
off,
on
be
other
sure your
things
seat
than
is
they are
upright and
focused
locked.
on.
Your tray table
They're more
is
focused
put
on
away,
telling people to push
and all
back and
carry-on
focus on making
items
sure that
are
nobody
properly
collides
stowed.
on.
As we come to the
the,
cabin
on
for our
the
final
taxiway.
safety check.
Okay,
Please
can
let us know
somebody
if you have
find out
any
for me
questions.
what is the takeoff
And finally,
configuration
now would be a good time for
the
everyone to review the safety
dash
information card, which is in your seat pocket. Thanks for your attention. Enjoy your flight.
So we're gonna wait for this guy to move out the way, and then we'll taxi to right over there. 20 right. All right, still holding. It looks like he's giving way for this other guy, American 512. I also like that we're all at a airport that is like not as popular, but it's pretty, you know, busy. Like I like that. We're at Orange County, which is it's actually a very popular airport, just not an infinite flight. You don't see a lot of people flying in and out of Orange County, but it's an airport that I actually really do like a lot. So we have a, what is that behind us? Cyrus jet? No, it's a little Cessna? That's a Cyrus jet, that's what it is. I guess you didn't get a good night's sleep last night. All right, Alright, so now he's taxiing, we're gonna move up. I'm not sure if we're gonna be ahead of this guy. We'll probably be before Southwest, I assume, because we were here first, but he may let him go before us, I'm not sure. He told us to continue taxi. So, unless anybody lets me know what... Alright, let's taxi a bit slower. This thing can pick up a little speed. The guy before us is going pretty slow. Laser 14. go up 5%. So I don't see anybody landing at the moment. Technically, I was supposed to request to cross runway 20 left. I didn't request to I should have. I made a mistake. I should have asked to go, because now we're actually stuck in the way of the runway, which is not good. He's already, whatever, bro. Whatever, bro. I hate when they say that. I don't know why he sent me that. He told me to continue taxi. Oh well, whatever. We all make mistakes, and I just forgot that I was supposed to request to cross the runway before I did. So anyways, we're gonna hold short here, 20 right. Bradsfile says takeoff flaps is 10, cruise at 54, Mach 0.54, service ceiling, flight level 250. I am replying to her actually. Like, wants me to go ahead and contact tower. We'll acknowledge the handoff and contact tower like so, and we'll request takeoff at runway 20 right, departing south. You're right, Lebrasfal. Sorry is a magic word. Alright, so we're clear for immediate takeoff, so we're gonna immediately take off. We'll go ahead and turn on our strobes. Nice, those strobes look pretty dope. And landing lights. That looks pretty cool too. We do have a plane, looks like they are in final, so we need to immediately get out of their way. So let's get over here as soon as possible. Here we go, line up on 20 right. We're gonna go ahead and give it some full power. I'm not sure what the limit of the N1 is, so I'm just gonna go 100%. We'll calibrate, put our HUD back on so that we can see where we're going, what we're doing. And we're just gonna go, we're gonna fly runway heading as soon as we get off the ground. There it is. Oh, there's a little bit of a crosswind, just 4 knots, but we felt it. We definitely felt that 4 knots. Alright, I've still got the rudder all the way to the full right to keep it straight. Oh yeah, so I'm gonna put on the heading. Lock our vertical speed to about 3,000. Don't want to be climbing too fast. And then we'll lock our speed at about, if we can, I'll try to do 200 knots. And we'll take a look outside and we'll let the gear up. It's something about, I don't know if it's just me, but to me it looks like a transformer whenever the legs go up into the engines. It's like so cool. All right, so our first heading is gonna be 1907. We're gonna go ahead and request frequency change now that we're in the air. Frequency change approved. Good day. We will not have any departure online, so we'll just not worry about that. We'll just click some other random frequency like the Sly Seal Beach one. Go ahead and let the flaps up. And we're about, oh, we need to make a turn to 118. Just enjoying the view right now. Whenever I get a new aircraft, I love to just watch it fly by, get a good view of it. I'm trying to get some good screenshots too, you know, for the streams and stuff as we fly, and just really enjoy the beauty of you know, the art of these aircraft. Take a look at the wing views, a few of these views. Oh man, look at that. That is so cool. Only thing missing is not seeing these names. This is my first flight today. In this stream, I'll be doing 2 flights, so there will be a second flight after we land in San Diego. I'll probably do a second flight with the Q400. I'm gonna have to buy one of these for the airline now because I like it so much. But we'll see how much I really like it once we try to land it. That's gonna be the real test, is trying to land this thing. Yesterday when I did a stream of my first flight of the 777, and I didn't check the weight and balance because whenever, I don't know why, but the default setting for weight and balance was way too heavy for to use approach mode. So when I tried, hitting approach mode, it went into a stall and we almost crashed. And then I was only at like 2,000 feet and I had to hurry up and correct and manually land the plane, which I don't mind manually landing the plane if I'm expecting to manually land the plane. But approach mode failed because of the weight. And I was like, crap. So the first landing, the first landing wasn't bad. It was just the approach wasn't very good because of that failure. So, but other than that, I really like the 777. What is the L35? Gil, so far it flies pretty well. I'm probably gonna have to turn off. Let's see. We're headed to 116. I'll really know how it flies once we get to San Diego, when it's time to land. Right now we're flying on autopilot, so I'm not really feeling how the plane feels. Right now the plane is just flying itself. But once we get to where we're going, I'll be under control of the airplane, so that way I'll actually know what it feels like. Alright, so we're at just about 10,000 feet, which we're going to cruise at 10,000. It's a short flight. You know what? Let's go a little higher. Let's go higher. It is a short flight, but let's see how high we can get. I want to, just kind of test the limits of this aircraft. I know we're doing a short flight, but I want to see how fast we can go. And I want to see how high we can get in a short period of time. Oh, L35 is a airport. Okay, dope. Big Bear, that's cool. Approach to 08 is quite dope. I can dig it. Yeah, we have to give it a try. It's north of Palm Springs. Okay. Alright, so max speed is about 300. We'll do 280. 290. It sounds pretty good too. I mean, it sounds like any other propeller jet, but it sounds pretty good to me. I wish I could actually... Oh, God. Oh, God, we're at 10,000. I forgot. I can't go that fast yet. I completely forgot, and we got a violation. That is my first violation in a very long time. Man, that sucks. If I was only like 100 feet higher, we would not have gotten that violation. Oh well. Nothing we can do about it now. Oh well, can't do anything about that anymore. Oh well, so it looks like we have, who is this right next to us? Air Berlin 545 Laser 14. He actually took off before us, but we're already passing. I think he's on our right side somewhere. We might not be able to see him because I don't have the names on. Maybe just out of range for us to see him. Yeah, this time I can't say sorry because there's just nobody to say sorry to except for myself. Yeah, it's very, yeah, you're right. This is exactly why I'd never cruise at 10. This is why I always set my, if you guys notice in every single flight almost, I always set my cruising altitude to like 12,000. So that way, once I get above, I cruise at something higher. So if I want to go faster, I can go faster, but I don't have to. So I'm going to go up there anyway, just in case I get the temptation again to get the need for speed. And I'm not surprised I got a warning, but I'm actually surprised I actually got an actual speed violation. I forgot what it looks like to even get a speed violation. It's been, oh, any kind of I haven't gotten any kind of violations in Infinite Flight in so long, so it's kind of like, it sucks, but thankfully I only got one. Note times are basically just announcements. I don't really know what NOTAMS means, but I just know that it means announcements. You know, matter of fact, let's find out. A notice to airmen, that's what it means. NOTAM means a notice to airmen, which is funny because airmen is one word, but they kind of put it as two. Thank the Google for that. Nobody knows when global's coming. Just everybody hopes it's actually soon, and so far it hasn't been soon because it's not here yet. Alright, so we're only less than a minute away from Ocean VOR, Oceanside. After that, it looks like we're gonna beat this guy. He's going pretty slow. He's also at 12,000, but he's only going 287 knots, so we're going 295 knots. So I can go ahead and turn our names back on. Look at that sunrise over California. Gio asked me something a while back. I don't know how the A330 flies. I haven't ever flown it yet. So once I fly that aircraft, I'll let you know how it flies. And I keep getting asked the question also, how does infinite passenger work? I may have to do a video specifically on that. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe I'll actually make a video explaining how to do it. I mean, there already is a video. If you want to search, you know, Infinite Passenger has its own YouTube account, so they actually made a video saying how to, you know, set it up and stuff. But I mean, if you want one from me, I can create one. If I get, I mean, I've been asked a good amount of times, so I wouldn't mind making a video about it. But I'm liking this. I mean, I not only like this aircraft, but I love this livery on it. The Air Berlin livery, this looks so cool. I was looking through some of the other liveries on the you know, on the Q400, and so, I mean, they're pretty cool. They have, like, you know, United Express. I think Alaska's in there. A bunch of really cool like island. Oh God! I hit rudder on accident. Man, that thing is sensitive. Yeah, United Express have a bunch of Caribbean type airlines, and I think Lufthansa has one. But I actually like this one a lot. There's another one that I want to use later on when we do like a flight to Hawaii or the Bahamas. I mean, the Caribbean somewhere or something. But I thought this is a really good one to start out with for my first flight as Air Berlin. I'm pretty happy with it. No regrets. No regrets. Let's take a look at our flight plan real quick. Just go over it again. We'll look at the weather. As I said, we're still landing at 27, and if you were in the training server, you would probably still see them landing at 09. And the reason why you see them landing at 27 instead of 09, because obviously, as you can see, 09 is where the wind is coming from. The wind is at 180, which is kind of really close to the middle. I believe that's going north. 180. Yeah. So, like, for example, this runway right here is like a heading of 180. So starting from where the 18 is all the way to where 36 is, the wind is going down to the south. So that's what the wind looks like going to San Diego. But they're still landing on runway 27 because that is just what San Diego does. Like, the person who's controlling in San Diego probably actually knows San Diego's actual procedures and, you know, how they actually run there, because, you know, with the wind that slight, and the wind is not heavy at all, it's like 5 knots, you know, so you can still land on 27 with a 5 knot, but if that wind was higher than maybe 10, you know, knots, of 14, 20 knots, then they would probably actually land on the 09 side. But San Diego basically almost always lands on runway 27 no matter what the wind is, unless the wind is extremely heavy. What do you mean, Mohammed, by when you review the weather, it shows high pressure and high pressure spins? What do you mean by that? It's a good looking plane, guys. Good looking plane. I'm liking it. I mean, so far, I love the exterior of the plane. I love the interior of the plane. I'm loving everything about it. We'll just see how much I love landing it. Hopefully it's pretty easy to land. There's an F-16 flying above us. 25,000 feet, looks like, Mr. Wiggles. And I also like how you can actually read the gauges up here, because a lot of times, like when I was in the 777, it was so blurred out you couldn't actually read what's there. So I can see we got the pitot static heat right there. We got the windshield wipers there, window heat there, ice protection on the left side, batteries and stuff, master battery. We have, what is this? Pressurizations in the middle, APU control, engine starts right here in the right side middle, exterior lights is over there. I wish I could click them, it'd be so cool, but we can't. What else we got? Air conditioning on all the way on the right side, which most planes always have air conditioning on the right side. And then we got the seatbelt signs and stuff over there. So I like how you can actually read what's up here, which is the same down here. You can see, I mean, these are a little bit less, lower res. You have the navigation buttons there. What is this? Q400 is one aircraft I'm not that familiar with the cockpit. When it comes to the Boeing aircraft, I'm more familiar with their cockpits, but not so much with these. So I think we're a minute away from MZB, and we may be way too high. Yeah, so we need to go ahead and start descending to like 3,000 feet right here. So we're gonna make a pretty quick descent. We're gonna slow her down to 220 actually, 220 knots. There are no flight spoilers in this aircraft, so we're already below 250, so we're okay there. I'm gonna set our altitude down to 5,000. Actually, no, 3,000. And then we'll start descending pretty quickly, and we gotta turn left so make a left turn at 88. We'll probably extend our downwind so that we can get down as far as we need to get down. I like your questions, Mohammed. I don't want to disregard them. I just want to understand more of what you mean, what you're trying to ask. Alright, so as we make this turn, as we can see, San Diego's wanting us to contact him. So we'll go ahead and contact San Diego. And I'll let him know that we're on a right downwind for runway. Oh, no, not 09, 27. Full stop, and we'll make sure he gives us the clear to do that. Alright, so he says Roger, so now he knows what our intentions are, but he may give us other instructions. Traffic to files on left base, so let's take a look at our map, find out who's on left base. Oh crap, acknowledge. The only person I see is on the right base, Southwest 851. Maybe he probably clicked the wrong button, because that is definitely a right base and not a left base. So, but I'm just going to assume that he meant this guy. So this is the plane that we're following, Southwest 851, who is right there. And I'm going to slow down at 210. Just because we need to be slower to get down in time, because we descended way too late. We're way too high right now. Alright, so San Diego's right there off our right wing, kind of behind us, where Speedbird 199er is, and then there is Southwest 851 on base. And like I said, whenever you're flying, and you know he's saying people are on base, people are on right wing, you want to get a visual like in your head, get an idea of where they are. So right now we're on right downwind from the airport. He's on the right base, probably turning a final right now. And then we have another aircraft behind us on right base also. So he'll be number 3 to follow us. Yeah, we'll slow down some more. Go down to 1890. I'm pretty sure we can get pretty slow. What did you guys say the thank you, co-pilot, landing lights on. What did you guys say the landing configuration was again? You said 25 flaps. That doesn't exist. At what speed? I don't remember. If you guys could remind me, if my my crew could remind me what that is. I think you said 120, 130 for a landing speed. Alright, we're clear at number 2, runway 27. And we do want to make our turn here soon because you can see there's these mountains up here. And we don't want to crash into those mountains. So let's go back in the cockpit. We'll turn on our... Yeah, so now we're passing... We're going to turn to 9 or 0 as a heading. I'm going to extend our downwind until we... So we're getting up to 5,000, but we're still too high. As you can see, we're above our localizer right now. Alright, so you're saying 115 knots at 5 notch of flaps? We'll give that a try. Alright, so let's go ahead and turn. We're going to turn our base. And I think we should be okay as far as the terrain around here. I'll turn on our terrain warnings though, just in case. But it looks like we should be fine. We're going down another 600 feet. It's getting a little yellow off to our left, but we're not going that way. As long as all this stays green, we should be just fine. Alright, so Muhammad says he watched a tutorial and it says 100 knots to 110 knots at 15 flaps. So that's what we're going to do because that sounds legit. Alright, so we're going to actually make a full right turn to 242, 243. As we can see, we're getting a little bit of yellow to off our right wing.
Please prepare for landing.
But we may fly around that, but we gotta watch out for that. So I don't want to get too low. Once we get to not this next waypoint, but once we get to the glide slope, I'll go ahead and let our landing gear down. So thankfully the other Q400 behind us is actually following us, because he started descending extremely late too. I noticed he was very high up there. So right now we're pretty clear of our path right now, straight to this next waypoint, but off to our right wing is a little bit close to these mountains over here. So as long as we should be okay. We're gonna stay at 3,000 probably until we establish on the localizer path. Gonna hide uncontrolled airports, hide airspace, hide airways, hide fixes. Alright, now we got some more space to look at. We do have another aircraft over here, Mexican 20. Looks like he's on the left base. I'm not sure. Let's see what they're talking about. I don't know what Tower's gonna do about him, because he could be an issue unless he's faster. Alright, so let's get this thing slowed down to about 150, 160. We'll be landing at 120, 100, 110, something like that. I'll go ahead and put one notch of flaps in now. We can see our glide slope. We're getting pretty close to our glide slope. I'm gonna go ahead and make our turn for our final, so 274. This is gonna be our final approach heading. And get everything just configured and ready. We'll go ahead and arm the spoilers. Landing lights are on. Flaps at the 5. We'll be expecting flaps 15 for landing. Around 110, 100 knots, depending how it feels. We don't have much wind. We actually have more wind going from behind us than we do anything else. I'm go ahead and I don't see I don't see it yet. Don't see the runway just yet. Oh, so Mexican 20 just turned around. Mexicana 20 just turned around. All right, so there it is, the glide slope. I'm going to let's see. What am I looking for? Oh, calibrate, and then we'll take control of this aircraft. There it is. And go ahead and put the gear down. Go down to 10 on the flaps. We're basically right on the center line as of right now, and we may need some trim though. I kind of want to trim it down, some negative trim, about 20%. Let's try a little bit more. We'll do 30, because I had to put my phone down a lot to get this thing to go down like I wanted it to. All right, so we need to descend. We're definitely too high at the moment. Let's slow her down to 130. I'm kind of winging this, guys. I don't know what the heck I'm doing right now. So we got through that cloud layer, and we're at 2,000. I think that should be clear the rest of the way down. So we kind of expedite our descent just a little bit. I'm gonna add 15 flaps to keep our speed down, because as we're descending pretty quickly, we're gaining a little bit of airspeed. We're just a little bit left now of the runway, so I'm gonna turn our heading mode off so we can correct for that. Just be very slight on the very slight on the what do you call that thing? I'm having a brain fart right now. The yoke. I'm being very slight on the yoke. Only need to make very small adjustments, because we're pretty good on our heading and everything. Let's go ahead and turn off that terrain warnings. We're still just a little bit off to the right. We just need to get down a little bit more. Down to 120. We are 3 miles out. We'll get rid of that. Alright, gears down. Flaps are already at the 15. We'll land with that configuration right there. And we'll probably just lose about 10 knots of speed as we get just a little bit closer. But right now I want to keep it at 120 just to make sure we don't have any other issues. Alright, so let's try to ooh, we may be losing too much altitude right now. I'm not sure. It's kind of like I don't really know, because I've done this. I haven't done this before in this planes. I don't really know. We're already at 600 feet and we're 2 miles away, but we seem to be fine. Alright, we're gonna go down to 110. We're still just a little bit right of the center line. I just want to make sure we get over this this little hill right before.
300.
Oh god, we're going down. Alright, back up to 120. Let's take some trim out now.
200.
Alright, now back to 110. 100 actually. I'm going to go to 100. We're too high. Basically gonna try to glide it the rest of the way. We have no throttle in right now.
200.
Oh god, I think we're stalling.
100.
Yes, we are. Oh no. Crash. 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 We're all dead. Well, can you guys tell me what I did wrong there? I think I should have stayed at 120. I think we should have stayed at 120 knots. I feel like 110, 100 could possibly have worked, but maybe because of my weight and balance, we might have been a little too heavy for that. So, can I watch a replay? Oh, I can't watch a replay. Well, we are going to do in a second flight, so we get another chance. Sucks that I crashed on expert server. That's kind of embarrassing. But, hey, we're all flight simulator for a reason. So we'll reset the parking. Why did you put me... Alright, we're going to in-flight. Why would you put me on the runway? That doesn't make any sense. Okay, well. Let's go back to infinite passenger. And we'll set up for another flight. We got a 0, of course, because we crashed. Another free play. Generic. Let's start. And I guess we'll be taking off from San Diego. And we'll fly... where should we fly? We don't have to fly from San Diego, actually. Where do you guys want to fly? And take a look at live flight, see if there's anything going down anywhere. I can't believe we crashed. I think I probably only crashed a max of 3 times. This is just basically a bad all-around flight. I mean, I got a speeding penalty, or I got a speed violation, and we crashed in the end. Like, I mean, I like the plane. The plane handles very well. I just didn't handle it very well. That's what happened. So, the plane itself, I really do enjoy flying. I'm definitely gonna be flying this a good amount. All right, so we got one suggestion. It's the only one, so we'll do that. KPDX to KHQM. Let's go for it. It's in Seattle, Washington. I don't know where the heck KHQM is. I don't even know what that is. Let's see, what is that? Where is it? Let's see. Oh, Bowerman Field. Okay. So we'll fly from Portland. Where are you, Portland? PPPKP, there you are. Portland International. We'll start at 8:15. Unless anybody's gonna join us today, I'm gonna stay on the expert server. And we'll do Seattle's in the same time zone as California, so we'll do another sunrise flight. Actually, no, we'll probably change servers because there's nobody in there. Let's see if anybody's in this one. Yeah, so somebody's at KPDX. So we'll do, it's like one person flying to Portland. So we'll do training server. I can't believe I got a violation. Like, if you look at my stuff, that is my first one in the last 7 days. Flight time 79, landings 151, max violations in the last 7 days 1, max violations in the last 1 day 1, max goes. And so basically, if I got one more violation, I would not be allowed to fly on expert server again. Not for a while. I don't know how long it takes. So we're gonna do dash 8 again, same livery, same everything, but we'll be flying out of Portland. So let's get started. And this time we're on the training server. Alright, so where is KHQM? I know it's an uncontrolled airport, I just don't know where it is. Can somebody tell me where it is? 'Cause I have no idea where it is. On the coast of the river mouth. Okay, so coast. All this is coast, and then I see a river here. Oh, there it is. That's like more of like a little lake thing, but cool. We'll do that. KHQM's right there. Bowerman Field, 18 feet, class Echo airspace. When does weather doesn't look too bad. Yesterday I flew in Seattle for the first time. My first time flying in Seattle region, because now that I have it, now that I'm on Live Plus, I just flew Seattle to Portland. It was a pretty calm flight, but actually no, it wasn't a calm flight because the weather was pretty nuts flying into Portland, because yesterday the storm rolled through the Seattle region. And I believe we flew right before the worst of it, so visibility was pretty low. A lot of cloud, a lot of overcast skies. Right now there is no wind, as it says, so we'll just take off at 28 left because we're close to it, and we'll just create our flight plan heading in that direction. Where was it? Up here? Yeah, there it is. go there, and then oh, I'm actually surprised that it has a ILS attached. So we're on Orlando runway 24. And just trying to find out what direction I want to come to the airport. Looks like I have. We'll just go north over OLM. Oh, look at this! It's red. Why is it red? Fog. It must have some. Oh, look at that! There's like no visibility over there. So yeah, let's fly through there. I don't know how high the visibility is, but there's a lot of fog happening over there at OLM. And then from there, we'll set ourselves up for our arrival. So we'll put her to this waypoint, and then we'll. I don't know if we need all three. We just need one of them. And then to Needy. And then Fodl. And then Womit. I might actually look up the charts for this airport just because I've never been here. And I like to look at the charts for the airports I've never been to. So there's not much wind out there. There's only 4 knots of wind when we get there. Alright, there's nobody here, like I said. Smoke signs on, seatbelt signs on. Jump in the beautiful cockpit back to normal. And our runway is right there off of our right wing behind us, so we'll taxi with the nose to the right. I mean, we'll push back with the nose to the right. Go ahead and do that now.
Farm doors for departure. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the captain and crew, welcome aboard this flight. We hope you enjoy flying with us. Before takeoff, we would like to encourage all passengers to watch our cabin crew display the safety features of the aircraft.
Welcome aboard, and thanks for flying with us. We're committed to making your flight safe and comfortable. So before we depart, we'll be showing a brief safety presentation.
No, did I just hit in-flight?
This information can help you if there's an emergency.
Did I just hit in-flight?
So it's important to pay close attention.
I just freaking in-flight. That was so fast. Did you see how fast it happened? My fingers haven't been in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Either an overhead bin,
that was
under
horrible.
the seat in front of you. And all aisles, exits, and bulkhead areas should be clear. Your mobile phones and other electronic devices should be turned off.
Well,
once airborne, we'll let you know when you can use approved electronic devices. But note that some items, such as phones, may not be used in flight at any time. You'll find a list of approved electronic devices in the in-flight information section of Sky Magazine. If you're seated at an emergency exit,
that would be so helpful.
please review the responsibility for emergency exit seating on the back of the safety information card, which is in your seat pocket. Are you okay for the non-emergency exit? If you're unable or prefer not to perform these functions, just let us know, and we'd be happy to find you another seat.
What's the name of the airport we're flying to?
As we leave the gate, make sure your seatbelt is fastened. To fasten, insert the metal tip into the buckle and adjust the strap so it's low and tight across your lap. To release the belt, just lift the top of the buckle or press the latch.
I'm actually going to create a route in SkyVector this time.
Please remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened anytime the seatbelt sign is on. And even if the sign is off, you should keep your seatbelt fastened in case we experience unexpected rough air. For everyone's safety, federal regulations require all passengers to comply with the posted placards and lighted signs located throughout the cabin, as well as any crew member instructions.
BTG, so I'll show you that on the map in a second.
Is not allowed on any flight, and federal law prohibits tampering with, disabling, or destroying a restroom smoke detector.
If it makes sense.
There are 6 exits on this plane, 4 doors, 2 on each side, and 2 window exits over the wings. Each door has a detachable slide that can be used for flotation. Life rafts are located in ceiling compartments at the front and center of the plane.
And that worked out pretty well
All
for us.
exits
We'll
are
go to
clearly marked with an exit sign. However, if there is a loss of power and cabin visibility is reduced, white emergency lights near the floor will lead you to red lights, which indicate an exit. Please take a moment to find the exits closest to you. And remember, they might be behind you.
This bothers me to straighten up.
It's unlikely, but if cabin pressure changes, the panels above your seat will open, revealing oxygen masks. If this happens, reach up and pull a mask toward you until the tube is fully extended. Place the mask over your nose and mouth, slip the elastic strap over your head, and adjust the mask if necessary.
Just gonna park
Breathe normally
right
and know that oxygen is flowing, so don't worry if the bag doesn't inflate. Be sure
we do have an
to
aircraft
adjust your
somewhere
own
on the
mask
way
before
inbound.
helping
I don't know
others.
where he is.
A water evacuation is also unlikely, but just in case, life vests are
Frontier
located
flight.
under your seats in the economy
Yeah, it looks
cabin.
like he's.
If you're seated in the first or business class cabin,
know what he's
the life
doing.
vests are either between your seats, under your seat, or in a compartment under your armrest. To use, pull the tab to remove the vest
so,
from its container, and
Based
then
on
open
Sky
the pouch.
Vector, Sky Vector is telling us to take off
Flip the
at
vest over your head.
Portland.
Fasten the two
and fly
straps to the
direct
front of the
to
vest, and then adjust the straps
BTG,
loosely
which
around
is,
your waist. If your vest has only one
right
strap,
outside of
wrap it
Portland
around your
airspace,
waist
actually.
and attach
It's
it
like
to the
right,
buckle in
it's this
front.
VOR right here.
As you leave the
Battleground.
plane,
And
inflate the
then from
vest by
Battleground to
pulling
go
down
all
on
the
the
way
red
up
tab
to
at the bottom of the vest.
OLM, which
Or
is where we were going
manually
anyways.
inflate it by blowing into the tube at shoulder level. You can activate a
from there,
light
we'll
by
just fly
pulling down on the
basically
tab in front.
The same
If your
thing that I
vest
had
doesn't
set
have a
up
tab,
before.
the light will activate automatically in the water.
So doing this
If
for some
necessary,
time.
we'll distribute infant life vests or other flotation devices for children who weigh 35 pounds or less. Also, most seat cushions can be used for flotation. Now, before we take off, be sure your seat is upright and locked.
All right.
Your tray table is put away, and all
Yeah, so
carry-on
he's
items
kinda,
are
I don't know what
properly
he's doing. It's
stowed.
like he's like
As we come to the cabin
circling
for our final safety check, please let us know if you have any
thing.
questions.
So we're gonna take 2-8
And
left again, which is
finally,
gonna be off of
now
our
would be a
left
good time for
side.
everyone to review the safety
Over
information
there.
card, which is in your seat pocket.
Let's go ahead and
Thanks for your attention.
put the flaps down.
Enjoy
I
your
already
flight.
did that. All right, so I'll announce that we're taxiing to runway 28 right. I think is it 8? Is it right? It's left. 28 left. Muhammad says, I'm going to London this December. Hopefully the cabin crew doesn't go through, like, you know, go through the, I guess what you mean, the safety thing, like it's just another job. It's really nice when you get good service on an aircraft. It's kind of like when you go to a restaurant and the restaurant really, like, you know, they serve you with a smile. They give you really good service. Like, they act like they actually, you know, it's really nice to meet you. Like, I know it's their job to pretend like they like you, and it's their job to, you know, to be nice to you, basically. But it's just nice when they're really good at being nice to you. And they don't make it look like they're just, another day, another person, another flight, you know. So yeah, I completely agree with that. Like, the most enjoyable flights are definitely the ones when the flight attendants really make it enjoyable for you. And I like it when not only when not only the crew, like the flight attendants, not only they make it enjoyable, but when the pilot does too. Like, you know, there's a tone of voice that you can use when you're talking over that intercom that can really just make your passengers feel a lot better. So I like it when the pilot is, you know, kind of very friendly too. All right, so we're lining up. I don't think he's inbound. I don't know what he's doing out there. So we're gonna go ahead and line up runway 28 right. We'll turn on our lights. Oh, that's not the right button. It's a cool view, but it is not the right button. I don't even know what view I'm on. I think I have a flyby view. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and announce that we're taking off runway 28 left, departing north. Alright, and we're going to go ahead and just calibrate one more time, make sure we're calibrated. And then power, full throttle. And we're rolling. Man, that sounds so good. Trying to keep her straight. We don't have any wind. It's just a plane trying to roll to the left and right, but we're up. I didn't even have to lift the yoke at all. It just took off on its own at 5 degrees of flap. So that's good to know. Go ahead and set heading. Gear up. Put our speed up to 220. Make a right turn at 350. Take a look outside and enjoy the view. Yeah, flight attendants are very nice. A friend of mine, like a lot of times they'll give you free stuff if they notice that you're having a hard time in your flight. Like for example, I flew with a friend of mine. He's a really, really big guy. And when we fly standby, so you can't even choose your seat. So the seat that we ended up getting was the very, very last row of a Boeing 737. And if you know anything about that row, is one, the seat doesn't lean back. Two, it's one of the smallest seats on the plane because there's so less space. And three, is right in front of the restroom. So the whole flight, literally, there was a line in front of our row of people trying to get into the restroom, in and out. There's two restroom doors, but there's people aligned the whole time, men and women, the whole flight. It was a flight from Houston to San Francisco, which is about a 3-hour flight, I think. So the whole flight, people were just like the whole time. It was pretty annoying. I was in the middle seat. I'm a smaller person, so I don't have to worry too much about fitting in the spaces. But you know, he had, like, for him to fit, he would put his leg out into the aisle a lot because he just, you know, it wasn't comfortable for him to sit straight up. And so, but he had to keep moving every time somebody wanted to walk by or go to the restroom, and the whole flight he had a hard time. So he got to one point where he just got up. He got up and he actually sat in the jump seat in the back by the flight attendants and just, you know, started talking to them. He's a very friendly, talkative person, so he'd make friends with basically anybody. And he was sitting back there with the flight attendant, you know, just talking to her, and then she gave him like some free gummy bears and some yogurt and stuff, and yeah, they were really nice to us. And then it's funny because after we got off of that flight, we saw her again, because I guess that was her last flight of the day. I'm gonna turn the lights off, flaps up. We saw her, you know, just walking in the airport, and she was like, "Hey, how y'all doing?" I was like, "We're good." So she was really nice. She was cool people. Alright, so we are departing out of Portland, Oregon. If you didn't know, Portland is in the state of Oregon, not Seattle. I need to make a left turn here. 2, 3, 3, 4. But this is another another region of the U.S. that is very, very beautiful in real life. When you see the scenery for this in global, you're gonna just be like, oh my god, because in Portland there's so many mountains, there's so much scenery out here that's just so beautiful. So this is another place that I'm gonna probably do this flight again when global finally comes out. I keep talking about global almost every, you know, stream, but one day it's gonna come out and we're gonna do these flights. All right, so we're at 12,000. We're above 10, so I'm gonna speed. Let's go. Let's see how fast we can go. I think it was 340 or 3. I don't remember what the max speed was. So let's see how fast we can go. All right, Mohammed. See you next time, man. Thank you for joining us. Oh, it was only 300 knots. Go down to 280. All right, so the max speed is 300. So we're gonna go under that, 290. We don't have any wind to worry about, no turbulence, so we're not gonna be jumping up and down. Thank you, Mohammed. I'll catch you next time. Thank you, man, for flying with us again. Appreciate it. It's always fun to have you along. I do actually really like your questions that you always ask. But yeah, like I was saying, the scenery out here is just so beautiful, so I'm looking forward to seeing it when Global comes out. And this plane is just so beautiful, man. I love this plane right now. Let's get us another screenshot. That's crazy. He says that there was once I was on a flight from Beijing to Singapore, and the turbulence was so bad that the cup of noodles on the food tray dropped and spilled all over your lap. That sucks. You know, I've thought about that before, because sometimes turbulence can get extremely bad, and when you have stuff on that tray table, you know, it's like, hey, especially if it's like water or something to drink, a cup of something, you're definitely in danger of that spilling. So like whenever I'm flying, I'm always working and I'm always on my laptop, and so I'm always kind of paranoid that I'm gonna hit a big bump of turbulence and my drink is gonna spill all over my laptop. So I always place my drink in a specific spot so that couldn't happen. Skyhawk just woke up. You must be on Mountain Time, Skyhawk Pro. It is 8:42 here where I am. This is our second flight, by the way, and this is actually our last flight by passenger request. We are flying to, I think it's called Bowman. Yes, Bowman. I'm not sure what state that's in. It looks like it's in Washington, though. Landing on runway 24, DME. We're taking a DME approach. Actually, no, we will not be taking a DME approach. We're taking the, let me see if I can get the charts up. The GPS approach, so we'll be taking a GPS approach for runway 24 at Bowman. Which is apparently, as I'm looking at the charts, not on my phone, but looking at it on my computer, we should be at 2900 at Lamb. Where is that? That may not be on here. There's a lot of waypoints that just don't show up. Oh, there it is. So right here, we need to be at 29,000. I'm sorry, not 29,000. 2,900 is what I meant. And then when we get to Needy, we need to be at 2,100. And then when we get to Fottle, right here, we need to be at 920 feet. And that'll be our approach. That'll be our final arrival altitudes. It also calls for a holding pattern at Lamb. We're probably not going to do that. There's really no reason to do a holding pattern unless we were too high or there's a lot of traffic. So we're not going to do a holding pattern in this flight. But yeah, if you just joined us, we are flying in the Q400, the Bombardier Q400, as known as a Dash 8 to some people, I think. Yeah, it is. We're flying over the Seattle region, but we actually took off in Portland, Oregon, heading for Bowman, Washington. I think it's in Washington, I'm not sure. I could be corrected. Which is a Kilo Hotel Quebec KH. What's the last letter? I can't remember. Oh, M, Mike. So Kilo Hotel Quebec Mike is the ICA code for the airport. It's off of the west coast. As a matter of fact, let's take a look at the map. So here's Seattle up here, up in the north. And we took off out of Portland. Is this guy still circling the airport? Is it the same guy? That's the same guy. He's been like circling the airport for like 30 minutes. But yeah, so we took off out of Portland, went straight north. We'll be flying over OLM. We might have some interesting weather over there. I'm not sure at what altitude we'll be when we get there, but right now it's in the red because there's some dense fog at that specific airport. But we have pretty clear skies over where we're headed. Winds at the 60 at 4 knots. Visibility is 8 miles. So far a pretty clean flight. This is a new aircraft to me. It's actually my second flight ever, and the Q400. The first flight was in the first flight of this stream. I don't want to ruin it for you guys, so you're gonna have to go back and watch the replay to see how that ended. It did not end as we expected. Let's just say that. Shout out though to everyone who's been joining us: Mohammed, Lebrat's Files, Laser Gamer. I think Laser Gamer was actually in the sky with us, or he was in the first flight. Giel. Who else do we have in here today who's been talking? Skyhawk Pro Flight Gaming. Tushar Campbell. Why does the fuselage vibrate? I don't know. To me, it seems like some type of glitch with infinite flight that they need to fix, because it's really annoying to me. It's really bad on a lot of aircraft. Whenever you're trying to look at these views, you see the fuselage vibrating, which is just, I just hate how that looks. It doesn't make sense that the camera that I'm on is not vibrating. You know what I'm saying? Like, not even, actually the whole thing. I mean, if you look real closely, you can see that this is vibrating too. So I don't know, I don't like that it vibrates like that. So I don't have the answer to that question. I don't know why it vibrates. But yeah, it's a bug. I love this view. I think what it is it's like the camera is so still, it doesn't vibrate with the plane. The camera, like the way the camera should be is that as if the cameras were mounted to the plane. So if the plane is vibrating, then the camera should be vibrating with the plane. So you shouldn't see the plane vibrating. You should just, you know, if it's turbulence, you just kind of see it in the sky and stuff. But I assume that they may fix that, hopefully in the update. I don't know if that's, I'm sure it's something on their list. But as you can see, all the views kind of do that. But yeah, I've always ignored it. What I usually do is like I kind of like zoom in so I can't even see it. Something like that. So yeah, it's the belly view, and here's the back view. This is a pretty cool view, actually. We're about 3 minutes out from OLM. We'll probably start our descent when we get there. We need to get down to 2,900 before we get to Lambra, I think was the name of the waypoint. One of these days I have to do the operation altitude for this aircraft is flight level 250, so we have to do a flight at that level someday. See how it handles up there. I also saw that they said that they changed the this cinematic view is a little bit different in global too. Probably not that much different, but they said it's a little bit different. As you can see right now, we're flying into a little bit low visibility as we get close to OLM. Like I said, that there had some pretty heavy fog out there, but usually fog is more on the ground and not so much in the sky. But it may be overcast also, so I'll be expecting some low visibility when we get towards our next waypoint. And we're already 2 minutes out, and it's already, as you can see, pretty low visibility right now. I hope that in the update they add little pilot people in there too. That'd be cool. So I hate looking at this right here and you see like there's empty seats. But hey, I mean, infinite flight has been around for a while. I mean, I've only recently picked it up within this year, but it's been around for a while, and they've made a lot of huge changes and advances in how everything looks. And so I'm pretty happy with how it is now, but they still have a lot of room to grow. And the cool thing about it is that compared to a lot of the other mobile flight simulators, like I know that the other people are working, like, you know, X-Plane, I know that they're continually updating that. Aerofly 2, I know that they're continually updating that, but as far as Infinite Flight, it seems like Infinite Flight is the most active in the community, and also the most active with actual like updates and stuff like that. Even though it hasn't really updated in a while, but I mean, there's a huge update coming, so it makes sense why we haven't seen any updates in a while to Infinite Flight. So yeah, alright, so we're getting real close to OLM, so I'm gonna go ahead and set our, what did I say, 2,900. Let's go ahead and start slowing down to 230. Go ahead and set our altitude down to 2,900. Ooh, way too much. There it is. And once we get this thing slowed down, I'll go ahead and change our vertical speed. I just don't want to get another speed violation. In our first flight today, we got a speed violation, my first one in months. Wow, you've been in Infinite Flight for 3 to 4 years? What grade are you? You should be like grade 5. I'm only like I think 4,000 points XP away from getting to raid 4. I'm not really trying to get there, but I know whenever it comes it's gonna be pretty cool. I get to have my name in color. I'm not sure what the heading of the next waypoint is. I'm just gonna go ahead and start turning. But yeah, as we can see, visibility is definitely, there's like very low visibility over here. Alright, we're down on our speed. We're gonna go ahead and descend. Don't have a lot of time to descend. Kind of overshot that, but we're also, oh yeah, we kind of overshot that. We turned a little bit too late, I guess. Oh wow, you played solo for 2 to 3 years. Yeah, when I first picked this up, I got this exclusively for the reason to fly multiplayer. I mean, the single player is cool too, but it's just, I've flown single player on so many other games that I wanted to fly multiplayer. Yeah, look at that. You can't see anything. If I go to tower view, you're not going to see us. Look at that. No visibility. I mean, I kind of would hope, I mean, it'd be cool if we had no visibility where we're flying to, but I've already checked the METAR and we have a pretty good visibility up there. I'm not sure at what flight level we're going to get out of this cloud layer or this fog layer. Let's see if we can look at a OLM METAR real quick. Yeah. It says visibility is 1 to 4 miles. Fog, barely any visibility. It doesn't say anything about any clouds though. Usually in this situation we would also kind of worry about icing too, but that's not a thing yet in Infinite Flight. You don't have to worry about icing. We have to de-ice the engines, and I believe the de-icers are up here. Yeah, ice protection right here. As you can see, they're all off. So we probably have some frozen wings or some frost happening somewhere. Alright, so we're below 10,000. Go ahead and turn the landing lights on. We're not going to forget to do that this time. And let's work on this landing. See if we can get there safely. I have to land this thing successfully. I think we learned our lesson last time on what not to do. So, yeah. Go ahead and set up this for runway 24. So yeah, we'll be taking the RNAV GPS approach for runway 24 at Bowman. The final approach course will be 241. It's actually what the charts say, but in Infinite Flight it says it's 243. So we'll find out which one is actually right. I'm pretty sure the real life charts are correct and not Infinite Flight, because the charts could have been updated and Infinite Flight has not been updated. If there was to be a missed approach, the missed approach procedure is to climb up to 2,600 and fly direct to Zunad and hold. So let's see where Zunad is in case we need to do a missed approach. Let's see, I don't know where that is. Okay, Zunad is out here on the coast, so right over here. So if we have to execute missed approach, the procedure for that will be to fly, basically fly runway heading, climb back up to 2,600 feet, fly out here to Zunad, and hold out there until we're clear to come back for our second approach. And since there is no tower, Skyhawk said he was going to be tower, but he's not online yet. He needs to get online if he's going to do it, because we're inbound. But we do need to go ahead and contact Unicom. Not that anybody's there. Landing on way 24, straight in. So yeah, if we were to do a missed approach, that's what you would do. But I know that because of the chart says that. Always the approach chart always tells you what to do if you were to do a missed approach, and so it's good for you to know that just in case anything ever goes wrong.
Flight attendants, please prepare for landing.
you know, could always happen. So if we look at, let's just look at our weather one more time. Looks like they said the weather still looks good. We still have pretty good visibility, 8 miles visibility, only 4 knots of wind out of 06. So technically the other side will be the runway to land on. We're gonna land on runway 24. As where we are right now, there's no wind at all. But I think as we get closer, we're gonna probably get more visibility, and we're gonna get just a little bit more wind on us. What did we last time? What did we try? Was it we were trying to land at was it? Yeah, it was 15 flaps. That's what it was. We were trying to land at 15 flaps last time. What's going on, Ayan Khan? Welcome, man. Oh no, Skyhawk, you don't have Seattle. Dang, that sucks. I thought you did. Wait, I thought no, that was Denver you were flying at yesterday. Alright, so let's see how we can do. We're already at 2,900, and we're way. We still have a ways out before we get to where we need to be at 2,900. So we're a little bit early on our altitude. So we'll kick it here. We'll chill here. I'll go ahead and landing lights are already set. Once we make this next turn, I'll go ahead and arm our spoilers and start putting in some flaps and getting our speed down for our approach. Alright, make our left turn to 242. Alright, there it is. Alright, let's go ahead and arm the spoiler so we get do our landing checklist, which I don't really have, but I'm just gonna do what I remember to do. So, spoilers armed, gear not yet deployed, but we will be doing that pretty soon. We're still 15 miles out, so we don't really need to have the gear out just yet. Landing lights are already on, strobe lights are on, seatbelt signs are on. We'll go ahead and put in a little bit, actually we'll slow down to 190. Let's get below 200. Actually we'll do 180. We'll get it slowed down so that when it's time for us to descend, we will not have to worry about that. We're in the Bombardier Dash Q400. For you guys wondering what aircraft we're flying. Alright, we've been clear to land by Skyhawk Pro Gaming. Go ahead and put in some flaps also. About 5. The nose is already up, as you can see. So up about 5 degrees. Last time we had to put some trim in, which seemed to work for a little while. Let's go ahead and calibrate and get prepared. Alright, our speed is down to 170. I'm probably gonna do 160 as we get to the glide slope. Let's go down to 170 now. It probably would have helped if I would have looked up the flap speeds too. Now this is not the update. This is just a current version of. Alright, 160. Gear down. I still do not have any visual. There's literally no visibility. We're supposed to have visibility when we got there, but there's no visibility right now. So right now we're flying in IFR conditions, but we're gonna have to land it by hand. There is no approach mode, but we will have to land it by the instrument. So it's gonna be an instrument landing. I'm gonna be looking at the instruments only because I don't have anything else to reference. Alright, I have a little bit of visibility of the ground. It looks like it's clearing out just a little bit. I can see the mountains. Alright, here comes our glide slope. I'm gonna turn off altitude. Start putting those down just a bit. Put 10 flaps. Go down to 130. Alright, we are 8 miles out. Go ahead and let them know. Report our position on final. Runway 24. We should see the runway lights any second now through the fog, but right now I don't see anything. Alright, I feel the plane, it wants to put the nose down. We have a slight tailwind, 3 knots of a tailwind behind us, but wind should not be a factor. 3 knots is like nothing. We're just to the, looks like to the right of the runway just a little bit. We'll correct that. Heading 244. Like I said, I can't see anything, so right now I'm just flying by instruments. Flying by the numbers. Let's put the nose down again because we're too high above our glide slope. Alright, now I have a visual of the runway lights. Be nice if there was a PAPI light. That would definitely help a lot, but there's no PAPI lights. I see a light, but that's just a tower light, it looks like. Actually, there are some PAPI lights, you can barely see them. They're white because we're too high. We are 4 miles out. I'm gonna put the flaps at 15. I'm not gonna change our speed just yet. I want to see how the plane reacts to 15 notches of flaps, or 15 degrees of flaps. Alright, so as you can see, the nose is going up on its own. I'm not doing that. So now I'm going to put the nose back down, because adding those flaps put a lot of drag on us, so the plane angled up. And actually we're a little bit off to the left, not to the right. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off heading so we can control that on our own. Alright, now that we have a visual, I'll get rid of the map.
1,000.
We're still a little high. Actually, we're a lot high. So I'm going to slow our speed down to 120. We have no input on the throttle just right now. Yeah, I can imagine this airport looking beautiful on a clear day. It is clearing up a little bit for us. Visibility is a lot better than it was a little bit ago. Alright, put the nose up because we're coming. Alright, so now I have the nose basically at the horizon line, but we're still descending. That's exactly what we want. A little bit off to the left of the center line. I'm going to attempt to land at 115, 110.
200.
Coming down at about a little bit more to the left.
100.
Oh no, we're going to do it again.
50, 40, 20, 10.
Just short of the runway. Oh no. Technically we would have died because there'd probably be some trees or some houses there, but so I'm thinking, I mean, you guys keep telling me that this is, we got reversers on here. Yep. Yeah, shut up, infinite passenger. Shut up, infinite passenger. You don't know anything. That's my exit right there. Crap. Alright, we have the back taxi. Alright, is there a taxiway down there? Yeah, there is. Okay, we'll go to the end of the thing. So you guys keep telling me that it lands at 110, 100 knots. But I'm thinking that with the weight imbalance that I have, I think that I need to land this thing at 120 because I was very comfortable at a very good glide path at 120 knots. But once I dropped to 110, the plane just basically fell out of the sky. So next time I fly this, I'm gonna attempt to do it with 120. I'll probably do a flight off of the stream. And do some more flying, do some more practice in this plane. Honestly, this whole day I'll probably only be flying this aircraft. Not on the stream, but like off of the stream, I'll probably be flying the Q400 at different airports and practicing my landings and stuff, so the next time we stream again, I can get a successful landing and not, land short of the runway like we just did there. And so next time, and I'm gonna leave, for the most part, I'm gonna leave the configuration the same as far as the weight and balance of how we are right now. Until global comes out, weight and balance won't be I don't ever really change that, except for once the first time I load the plane, I change the weight and balance. After that, I don't ever really touch it. I just kind of get something I'm comfortable with, and I just fly with that. But once global comes out, you're gonna have to load up fuel. You're gonna have to find out how much fuel you need to make your trip. You know, so because if you don't, then you're not gonna make it. And you also have to think about what's gonna be your fuel weight when you are on approach, because that's gonna play a factor on your actual final landing speed and things like that. So turn the landing lights off, strobe lights off. Welcome to Bowman, Washington, I think, or maybe it's Oregon. I don't know what state we're in, but we're in the U.S. So thank you guys for flying with me again, man. Like I said, this is me on my last flight for this stream. I may or may not do another stream later on today, but like I said, you have to subscribe to find out, or hit me up on Discord or Instagram. Skyhawk is saying you use a circle, which is not there anymore because we're not landing anymore. But yeah, I get what you're talking about. Use a circle so it tells you where you would land at. So but yeah, I'm still thinking at the configuration, at this specific configuration that I'm at right now, with this weight, I think I need to land at 120 knots and not 110. So I'll try that again in another flight. Probably won't be on the stream, but I'll try that again on another flight and see how that works out. Looks like this is GA parking, but we'll park over here anyways. What's going on, GL Aviation? Thank you for joining me, man. We just made it. We didn't die, but we didn't. Well, technically, we did die. Technically, we died, but according to Infinite Flight standards, we didn't die. We didn't get any violations. Are these what are these big circles? Like, is this a helipad? That'd be crazy if Infinite Flight added helicopters. Alright, flight is complete. Yeah, again, guys, thank you for this recommendation. This was a really cool flight. Like, I really like this airport. I'm definitely gonna fly here again because I really enjoyed flying to this airport. The fog made it very interesting. I really enjoy flying through situations where there's fog or there's very low visibility, because it makes you test what you know about flying instrument approaches and stuff like that. So super dope. And GL Aviation, no, you know the rules, bro. No advertising. But I'm going to do shout outs right now. Let's get one more screenshot and I'll do some shout outs. Let's get some with the mountains in the background. Do something like that. I can dig it. We'll do that right there. Shout out to Skyhawk Pro Flight Gaming. Check out his channel also. I think you deserve the right for me to give you a shout out because you've been showing so much love lately. Same for GL Aviation. He also has a channel. You can check him out. Apparently he'll be streaming later. But again, guys, let me do the shout outs. No advertising in the chat during my streams. Just out of respect. You know, when I go to your channels and when I watch your videos, I don't, you know, promote myself. You know, I just want to show love, so I want you to do the same for me. So, but shout out to Muhammad, LeBrat's Files. Shout out to GL. Shout out to Muhammad Fale. We have two Muhammads in here actually today. Shout out to, who else is in here? We had a couple other people, some newbies in here. I'll give them a Laser Gamer. Shout out to him. Jay Chen, Ayan Khan. And if I missed you, I apologize. You can complain or give me a thumbs down. But thank you guys again for watching this stream. I'll try my best to do daily streams during the weeks at about 12:30 Zulu, which is US time. That's about 7:30 Central. So that's the time that I usually do my streams. And then you can catch me other times throughout the day streaming either Infinite Flight or some racing stuff. So thank you guys again, and definitely also hit me up on Twitch. I'm on Twitch also as I Am Blue Games. I've been doing some streams there also, and thinking about, I kind of want to get your input on what you think about streaming Infinite Flight on Twitch. I've been thinking about giving that a try. I haven't seen anybody doing streams on Twitch, so I've been thinking about doing a couple of things on there. So anyways, seatbelt signs are off, guys. Thank you guys. You are free to move about the cabin. Welcome to Bowman. I'll see you guys next time. Remember, you got 3 choices: either give up, give in, or give it all you got. Peace, love, and God bless you. I'll see you guys next time. This is Blue Games and the Bombardier Q400 for Air Berlin. Thank you guys for watching.